When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier. For 60 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Greg, you broke the story Sunday night. Greg Byrne is gone, going to Alabama. He will become their new athletic director. We presume a large raise and certainly a great job title for Arizona's AD. You know Greg Byrne pretty well and have been chronicling him for 6.5 years now. What did he mean to the athletic department?
He was its image. He was the most visible guy in the athletic department probably ever, except for Lute Olson, I think.
Yeah. He was able to bring Arizona, I think he fostered a sense of Arizona pride that maybe did not exist among your average fan before Byrne got there. And you know, social media can be a great thing if used well, and he used it well.
Oh, he was so visible, so out front, and you came up with the great title, he was the show, that it kind of obscured what went on.
Yeah.
The wins and losses didn't seem as pertinent because he was always there. And he was the leader, and they've never had a leader like that in the community.
Absolutely not. And he's somebody, I think this may be the most tears ever shed by a general fan base over an athletic director leaving. I mean, most fans don't know couldn't pick their athletic director out of a crowd. And yet Greg Byrne was very much not only a celebrity, but I think he felt like kind of a part of the family or the extended family if you were a U of A fan.
Oh, he made you feel like you were part of it. And as we talked, I think, to me, one of the real intriguing things is when he gets to Alabama, can he be the show there?
Right. Nick Saban's the show at Alabama. Nick Saban is the everything at Alabama.
Yeah.
And will he trade in his red jackets for houndstooth stuff? I mean, to me, that's the big plus, is you get to upgrade to houndstooth, which is a nice look.
Yeah, but I agree that the interest now is how does it go from here?
Yep. Because Greg Byrne has brought Arizona to a certain place. You need his replacement to continue the momentum, or to take the momentum that Greg Byrne has built up. And that means, in my opinion, you got to act quickly. You got to hire a sitting athletic director from somewhere who can raise money and build buildings and get Arizona Stadium, frankly, in the 20th century plus the 21st century, because it's a dump.
Moving fast is important, I believe. Who makes the hire? I'm sure it's going to be President Hart, which I really don't agree with. Does she know who to hire? She's a job hopper. She's a career job hopper. Will she hire someone who's going to become an institution here, or will she hire somebody who's only going to use this as a stepping stone?
Well, we're talking about this off camera. Do you need an institution? Or do you just need somebody who you can get kind of in the prime of their career for 5 years and then lose them to a place that's going to pay more money, like Greg Byrne?
There it is. That's the best question.
Yeah.
Who's going to answer that question?
Right. And there are Wildcat candidates and there are not Wildcat candidates on that list. Take me through a couple of the sort of likely nominees here.
Well, the one I really like is Stephanie Remp. She's the senior associate athletic director at Texas A&M, and before that at Washington. She's a U of A grad, worked under Jim Livengood. Oh yeah, she's going to be an athletic director somewhere.
Right.
I don't think you need Arizona ties, but she has them. But more importantly, she has those ties at Washington and Texas A&M, where she's on the front lines.
Right.
But I don't know her, so I don't know. My instincts with her aren't, can she handle it personally? I don't know.
Right, but as a U of A grad, and she's not the only U of A grad on this list. I mean, we can go through Mark Harlan, has, I think, a pair of degrees from the U of A. He's the athletic director at South Florida. Look at Chris Delcani. He's not a U of A grad, but certainly a Wildcat, having worked in the athletic department here for, a decade or so. There's a lot. And then, if you wanted to go with somebody with Wildcat blood, Erica Barnes, I'm sorry. Erica Barnes has done literally everything you can do at McHale. She's young. She doesn't have any athletic director experience, but she's the acting AD right now.
When Greg Byrne promoted her and made her a senior associate AD, I asked him about her, and he answered in 2 words, rock star.
Wow.
And he used that term several times later. So I think he's a very good evaluator of personnel. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he recommends her among his recommendations.
Sure. Hunter Yurachek is a name that I keep hearing sort of out there in the world. He's the athletic director at Houston. Navigated a sticky situation with Tom Herman leaving and then hiring Major Applewhite. He was the guy who initially reports said was going to hire Lane Kiffin and changed his mind. But he is a builder of buildings and a raiser of money. I think that's what Arizona needs.
You know, when people in the industry talk about rising stars, and I don't know if that's a term that really applies or not, who determines rising stars?
Right.
He's the name that comes up.
Right.
So Hunter Yurachek, how do you spell that?
Yurachek?
Yeah, he's related to Yul Brynner.
Well, to me, this entire hire is going to come down to two things. Do you hire a rising star, as in Greg Byrne? Like, do you replicate that hire by going and plucking a youngish athletic director who can raise money? Do you hire a wildcat person, somebody who knows Tucson and knows McHale Center? Or do you try to find sort of that unicorn who is both? And maybe that's Stephanie Remp. I mean, maybe that's Mark Harlan. I don't know. But these are people who sort of, if we're dialing it up, they fit, at least they check the boxes.
The absolute person you have to hire if he's interested is Chris Del Conte.
Yes.
After that, it's somebody else's opinion. There's going to be, I don't think there's going to be a lot of unanimity on it.
Yeah.
But however you say that.
Unanimity?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But Chris Del Conte, I just think makes too much money at Texas.
At TCU, yeah. Private. I mean, it's the USC of Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, they could pay him whatever they want.
I mean, he's everything.
Yeah, he is.
And I think he's untouchable.
Yeah, it's going to be a very telling couple of months as they try to hire Greg Byrne's replacement. Greg Hansen, make the people feel better. Tell them that said Dempsey will be consulted.
Oh, I talked to him. And the U of A had already talked to him.
Okay.
He handpicked Greg Byrne.
Right.
Kudos to him for that.
Absolutely. That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, we were both busy on Sunday night, by the way.
Yeah, that interrupted my watching football and drinking beer time.
I know. I didn't see a second of the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
It didn't look like I missed much, though.
Yeah.
No. I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.